Hello, everybody, and welcome again to round 5 of the qualifier number 4 of the Limitless Invitational. I'm Marcus Passaro, and I'm joined here by Martin Wagner. How you doing, my friend?
Yeah, still doing good, right? Some exciting gameplay right ahead of us, and yeah, it's going to come down to the wire. I promise you. How who will make it in to the invitational itself? Who will end up in the
Indeed.
top 16? And I think that's what this at least this qualifier is all about, right? It's about like it's the home stretch, right? You want to
Indeed.
finish as good as possible and maybe make it into the invitational where even more prizing, more strong opponents and more exciting matches await you. And yeah.
Indeed, and as well, the limitless points, how they were engineered for the invitational, is that even if you win an invitational, we want to see that it's not a fluke, and so you have also to get points in others, because it will be the first 12 people that are entering
Yeah,
the
actually making it
invitational.
to the top 12 is like really hard. I think.
Yes, indeed. It's going to be very, very hard. It needs to show how well you're playing overall, because as well, it's going to be 4 different metas between the 2 qualifiers, but with the previous meta, 2 are with the Rebel Clash. But at the same time, it's gonna. It really shows how well you're like a player that adapts a lot to the meta, and as well your skills. So yeah,
Yeah, I
right
think
now,
it's like all about showing your consistency and stuff. So yeah, as you said, you wanna see people that show up regularly to have results in every qualifier, and yeah, that's how you make it into the invitational.
indeed, and in fact, this turn we're gonna be watching a Lyder, which last time I think he went into top 8, if I'm not
Yes,
mistaken. So
yeah,
another
that's
good player,
correct.
and now he's on a 3-1 score, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, and he's also rocking some yellow boys, but another
Indeed,
variation of those. So
indeed. We
we will.
see a green in the deck builder in PTCGO. What could that be? We actually
I
know,
think
but
it's probably
wonder
just the
about.
Eldegoss.
Indeed,
I
indeed,
I
it is
guess
the
the
Eldegoss.
Eldegoss.
No spicy duck here. But
But
yeah,
yeah,
it's
I
gonna
just
be
had a
interesting actually. What kind of Picarom decks, which is probably the deck that I think definitely the deck that did better the last time.
yeah.
Um, but let's see how they adapted.
Yeah, or if they made any changes at all, right? I think yeah, Lyder is sitting at like a really comfortable 16 limitless points. So if he has a good finish this time, there's quite a good chance that if he makes top 16, he has a chance, and if he makes top 8 again, he has a very very realistic chance, probably about 50-50. I would assume to make it into the top 12. So this definitely matters for him because if you want to make it far in day 2, you have to perform well in day 1, and you have to go like 10 and 3 at least to give yourself a little room for error on the
Aye.
second day, I think.
Indeed, indeed. And see, we're just waiting for him to challenge his opponent. But overall, the tournament up until now, I think we've seen a lot of pick roms already. Do you have any expectations about the other decks that could make an appearance in such a heavy manner?
I think we were just I haven't had a extremely close look at the different decks that are doing well, but just my
Definitely.
expectations going into it is we will see the same decks as last time with slight adaptations. Maybe I think people will favor straightization a little bit more. We haven't seen a lot of that at the last invitational. I think there were none in the top 8. So
Yeah.
I mean the straightization with the combo element of Jirachi Prism Star plus Mr. Mime. I
Mhm.
think that has picked up a little bit in popularity, and yeah, but
Yeah, obviously
other
Pickarum is
than
the
that,
deck to beat.
other
It's
than that, I think it's going to be the same with slight adaptations, like just my
mhm.
expectations going in.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. As well, this is the last qualifier, and there are 1,500 people playing, which is absolutely massive. This makes it once again we're breaking the record once again, and if you win this one, remember 1,500 people. So good luck for anyone competing. But we jump right into the game right now. Seems to be a Pickarum mirror.
Yes, definitely seems like it, judging on the colors. And of course, I'm trying to get the deck list ready, but Smash GG is not cooperating right now, so
It's fine.
we
We'll
will
just
just see.
spectate
We'll
and
just
just
see.
guess what they're playing. There
Yeah,
it is. Bolton, Picaro, excellent start. Unfortunately, he cannot attack on turn 1, but as well we see a mirror start from the opponent, another Bolton. And interestingly, Bolton is an excellent card. Helps you set up when you can't. But if you're able to just, 150 damage the first turn, you also set up, but you're also able to, put up pressure on the opponent. So Bolton, I do like the card, but I feel sometimes it's just a patch that you put on, something that didn't work out.
I think actually it's a valuable, like it's really valid to
Mm-hmm.
go for the early electrify, like not only as a failsafe, but like as the primary strategy that you're going for,
Yeah,
because Pika only has quote unquote only it gives up 3 prizes for 240, and Bolton actually for like 200 HP for 2 prizes is quite bulky if you compare
definitely.
it to stuff like Dedenne. So I think in matchups where you don't know where your opponent will end up with, like when it comes to the damage, and Picaro Mirror especially, where you can push for insanely high numbers if you have to or if you want to, um, and Bolton can just be there as a sponge in the active, and
Indeed. But there we
yeah,
go. Actually, see the Pikarom, and if this was, it would be able to attack this turn.
that
Lila,
would be
Layla was able to
crazy.
attack. It would be able to die, even to win the game actually. But it would have been so much pressure every time. And yes, as you say, Wobbletongue is a very valuable card. I wouldn't take it out of it, but at any
Yeah,
cost. It's always like if you have the 150, do the 150. Like involve some resources into that, even if it's matter of
yeah.
discarding some other cards.
I think that's definitely true. Like you
Yeah,
apply so much pressure, you can get an early knockout as well of the like if you get a great catcher plus E power plus the 150, that's a knockout on the dinner right there. So yeah, applying that
indeed.
much pressure early is definitely um, also favorable. But we saw like an interesting inclusion that we saw Lyder play is the Wondrous Labyrinth. Did you catch that in his deck?
Very interesting, very interesting. In fact, I saw the second Prism state and I was like, wait, you can't play two Thunder Mountains. But it actually was the Wanderer's Library. Very interesting card. I think it can make its impact, especially if people start playing decks such as, I don't know, like if people just copy and paste, for example, Kim's list where they just played one Stadium and the Mars Shadow, it can really make a lot of impact. But there we go, start actually Electrify with the just Bolton touching 2 energies thanks to the Thunder Mountain being in play. So yeah, let's see what this goes from here.
Yeah, I think we will see a full blitz this turn. If you
Definitely.
yeah, if you get like an E power of the um
Boss Order is good.
of yeah, that's really good because it can allow you to get the first hit into the
Mhm.
Pika if you like to. So that's definitely something to consider.
Indeed. I'm looking at it doesn't have definitely enough energies to knock it out this turn. I think it could go for a Dedenne, maybe try go for broke, try to get a second power.
Yeah,
And
that
setting the Picron
could be
player that
viable.
much could be like a really mess. Even if you involve your tag ball GX just for the normal effect.
I think if you do that, you might just win on the spot. So
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
definitely worth considering here.
As well, he has a big charm, so it will need to hit a lot of damage. So that's gonna be a bit tough. But let's see if he can make it out.
Yeah, there's already one Electropower for Lyder in the discard pile already, so you would have to like hit basically everything.
Hmm.
But
As well,
that's not bad.
damaging is not bad. Like
Yeah,
I
of
would I
course.
would go for that. It's really good.
Um, just
Yeah,
getting
once
the
again, big charm.
150.
Excellent card here. And even a reset stamp, taking away those 6 cards, giving him 6 fresh ones. With even a high reaction from the
Gives you
opponent.
hard. That's nice.
Remember to keep your cool every time the opponent emotes. It's
No boss
something like
order.
no
No
boss
boss order.
orders actually, but there's another boss orders. I would have definitely went for that one. Just damaging the Bolton right now does not do much, as well as jaxing it. It's
Yeah,
not great.
there's no play that feels good here.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
if I mean, you get the first attack in,
Hmm.
but yeah, you're basically just matching. with your opponents. So
Yeah.
and you with like Pika, it's always so scary because there is always the potential of like big swing turns happening.
hmm It's
So
also very interesting that you see the attackers that are playing Pickle are usually pretty much the same as every time. I would expect people to play Megalopani, but there's an effect here that it's not present in real life game because you know the list of your opponent. So if you know if your opponent plays Megalopani, you will just not bench too many, which is very interesting. Like this micro meta that creates online.
yeah,
So boss order finally decides to go that one. Unfortunately, he had to waste the one that he discarded, probably hoping for something else.
yeah.
Probably an electro power, I would say, just to take it the knockout with full blitz.
We see, yeah, 3 energies being accelerated out of the deck, and also low amount of draw supporters left. Only 1 Volkner and 2 research, I believe. So
That's right. One more Dedenne, but he already has 2 bench. That's gonna flood his bench to a
yeah, it's going
very
to
high
be
level.
hard to get there, right? To get to
Yeah,
the draw supporters. And
definitely.
oh, there's a Milo and Lana as well. We have seen a lot of decks actually incorporate that.
hmm
Like Melo and Lana are so clutch.
Oh, it's super
Um,
good here because it puts the Pikarom to 60 damage.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying about, right? You get the first attack in, but you can't feel safe because your opponent will be able to, like, if they draw the right combination of cards, to just basically like deny the whole effect of your turn, and Melo and Lana
Yeah,
switch back into the Pika, and now yeah, it's sitting back at quite healthy 210 HP again, so not going to be that easy to KO. With the full blitz, at least you will have to expend some resources on it to get the KO.
yeah, definitely. Right now it's 210 HP. That 10 HP puts another level of play here because actually 2 electro powers. We will see actually the Target Ball taking the knockout in the Pikarom. Yes, there
Yeah,
we go. It's not bad, but it kind of puts you into danger of that Raichu just sweeping away the game if it's
I
able to
think
knock out something
it's
here.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, it looks fine. It looks
Because
fine to be fair.
like you still are there's research top deck. So speaking about low amount of draw supporters, never mind me, I guess. um, yeah, also, yeah, reset stamp, research, pretty good combination of cards to draw here, but I think it's fine to go for attack bolts,
Mhm.
because you are able to rebuild your board eventually
Yeah,
with
the only thing I
stuff
don't
like,
like here is that he expanded. I think he spent already his Coco. I'm not sure, but even so, uh,
yeah, that's the
if
question.
if the
If it,
Pikarom right now gets knocked out, his energy count just drops to 1,
yeah,
and that's super bad for the Boltund.
yeah,
He's
I
well
actually
top
thought
second dinner.
I thought the Coco Prism wasn't used, so that's what I was going for. But if it was used, then definitely it's a very risky
Yeah,
play.
it's
Yeah,
pretty high risk, and even so, like it, obviously the turn in which you, like it is a bit of overextending it with Pikarom. Uses the tag bolt. Obviously here you want to take the knockout, and it's a play that can pay off sometimes, and you just win the game from there onwards. But sometimes instead it just becomes very subtle, and like right now, if it gets knocked out with the full effect of Raichu and Raichu, which I
yeah,
would do right now. Then you switch back into something else, and then you have the Bolton for the final knockout in
yeah,
case that Raichu does not get knocked out. So pretty dangerous situation here, I would say.
yeah. That's true. Yeah, Bolton just so strong if you're able to conserve your energy somewhere on the board, and if just one of your attacker lives, then you already have the potential to take a late game, like just a late game KO for very low
Yeah,
resource investment. So if your energies just stick somewhere, then you're basically good to go. Um,
indeed. I expect Lyder as well to have a lot of. Well, actually goes for the. Yeah, that's safer even.
Cold
I was
Storm
not
works
counting
way
because I just
better.
said. Yeah. I was not even counting. I was just saying, yeah, he is knockout with Raichu. Then but yeah, he actually draws a boss order. That's very massive
Exactly what
from
you
the.
want to see.
Yeah,
Maybe
actually,
able.
I'm not sure if I would have took the knockout there with the electro power because right now the Raichu and Lone Raichu cannot one shot the Raichu and Lone Raichu that the opponent has
Yeah,
because the Jax is only 250 and he
I
only
mean,
has one electro power right left
yeah, you
for
only
sure.
have the one electro power left, but you can get. I think it's definitely possible to get to it. So,
Yeah,
um, and I don't think it's very likely that you have to use. Um, Yeah, it's a bit risky, but
It's a bit
I
risky,
think it's
definitely.
fine.
Yeah, it's fine as long as it works out. Is so right now we see the electro powered. I think that was the also a reset
Yeah.
stamp. That's really massive.
Last electro power from the opponent, reset stamp, of course, but Lyder's just so good. He just draws the research
And even a second
anyway.
Bolton.
Yeah, that's super nice. It's that's really important right there. Yeah, I guess if you just draw the draw supporter every time, then you don't need 4
Yeah,
research. You only
just
need
win.
3.
Just win.
Yeah, just draw. Yeah, there's the Coco Prism. So, that's what I was saying. You probably, or what I was trying to say, you probably don't have to use your boss's order because the Raichu is likely to come up at
Yeah.
some point where you can just knock it out. And then you can commit your draw supporter to find the remaining electro power that you need to close
Yeah.
out the game.
So that's the tandem shock for the knockout thanks to those 2 electro powers being played. Obviously, this puts the Raichu and Raichu on the active. I'm not 100% sure I agree with this play, but
I
obviously
mean,
taking out the Bolton is definitely what you need to do right now. But
yeah, you don't
unfortunately,
really have a lot of other options to
yeah,
like take a
definitely.
knockout right there. That's basically you by the going for the tag bolt, you force yourself into going for something like a Raichu on the next turn.
Definitely, exactly. That's probably about tag bolting early game. Sometimes it feels, I wouldn't say it feels greedy, but sometimes it just feels like it's the correct play because you're taking a big knockout. But especially against Pikarom, that can just set itself back so easily, it's a bit hard to keep up with the pressure they're able to put up if they are able to set up after you take out their big threat. So you go quick ball roaming for his deck. We see the last electro power. If he draws
50%
it,
chance,
does he draw it?
and he
That's
gets
electro
it.
power.
Nice.
Voila! Just draw the cards you need.
Yeah, hit him every time.
That's the retreat. That's gonna be
Uh,
lining right GX for the knockout, taking the last tag team down, and that's gonna be game. So props. You have also to complete the effect, so you need to switch
yeah.
before you actually win the game. So there we go. Lyder actually taking this game, and we saw actually here 2 different approaches to the game. Lyder was a bit more conservative. Also, he went first, and that's a big factor in this sort of matchup. But the
Yeah,
opponent just went for this tag bolt early game, which I'm not sure I agree with.
if you go second, it feels like you're so far behind if you don't get the turn 1 full blitz, I think.
Definitely.
Because your opponent basically, like if you go first, you're basically guaranteed to full blitz on your second turn with the current builds. So yeah, going first takes off a lot of pressure, I think.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Indeed. So yeah, thank you for joining us. This was round 5, and we will be back shortly with round 6. See you soon.